Welcome to the Kentucky Department of Education's Comprehensive School Counseling Program video series. This presentation will focus on building beliefs for your program, as well as a vision statement and a mission statement. My name is Travis Kern. I am a school counselor at Bergen Independent School, and I'm honored to present this today. So there are two resources that I will be leaning on heavily for this presentation. The first is the Ask a National Model Implementation Guide, and the second is the Kentucky Framework of Best Practices for School Counselors. If I had to boil it down to a very small description for both of these, I would say the framework tells what school counselors do, and the implementation guide shows how to do it. Now, they're both way more than that, but and I highly recommend that you check them both out. But that's how I'll be utilizing them for this presentation. So the framework practice 2 is program implementation. And it says school counselors will develop and implement a culturally appropriate comprehensive school counseling program to advance the academic, career, and social emotional development of all students, delivering both direct and indirect student services. Bam, all three domains: direct, indirect services. That's everything. That's the charge. All right, so here we go. Now let's get down to the beliefs, vision, and mission. Element 2.2 says, okay, so part of that comprehensive school counseling program is that you're going to build beliefs, a vision, and mission statement that's aligned with your school and district. All right, so what's that look like? How do we go about that? The framework mentions 6 indicators that will be evident in kind of how you go about that broadly. And so you can pause your screen and read these if you'd like. Better yet, download a copy of the framework. But in a nutshell, it's like this. We need to research what are the core beliefs of the school counseling profession. What's the vision and mission statement for my district, my school? And then when we build the vision and the mission statements for our comprehensive school counseling program, they need to align with your district and your schools. And finally, this great work that we're doing, this intentional work that's data driven, we need to communicate it to all school stakeholders. And frankly, we need to bring them in on the process, collaborate with them along the way. And we'll be talking about how that can look, with your advisory council. So, and the evidence, what's going to come about all that? Well, you're going to create and implement a comprehensive school counseling program that's culturally and developmentally appropriate for the counselor's school and district. We all want that for our schools. So let's talk about how we're going to foundationally build that with our beliefs, starting with our beliefs. Okay. So it's a driving force, our beliefs. We all have reasons that we got into this profession, reason why we continue to become a school counselor, continue to be a school counselor. Our beliefs are going to be foundational to our program. Framework 2.2a says, hey, you need to make yourself aware of what your local, the beliefs of the philosophies of your school system. You need to be aware of any vision and mission statements for your school system and individual schools when you're creating your comprehensive school counseling program, and meld those in, bring elements into yours. You also need to think more broadly, even. What are the core beliefs of the school counseling profession? I pulled these straight from the implementation guide. They're in other ASCA materials as well. Again, I'm not going to read these. You can pause it. You can pull it from the book on your shelf and remind yourself. Every time I read these, I get pumped. This is why I became a counselor. These are things I hold true. These are things we all hold true as counselors. They're non-negotiable. There are 7 core beliefs, and hey, read them, reflect upon them. It's not sufficient just to copy and paste those ASCA core beliefs and say, these are my program's core beliefs. But it's encouraged that you read them, adapt them, add to them in ways that make sense for your school and your district and your counseling program. I love bullet point 4 over here. Reflect on each belief and consider what action it inspires you to take. Man, I love that. These beliefs prompt action. And so that's powerful. And it's gonna make us more engaged in our comprehensive school counseling program as well. Lastly, and I'll say it again, it's so important. Alignment is so important in all of this. So we want to make sure that our program aligns with our school's philosophy and mission. it's not the last time you'll hear me talk about that. So vision statement is starting to get fun right here. Okay. In my opinion, this is when it starts to get really collaborative and fun. So vision and mission, I like this graphic where they're both part of the puzzle. They work together. Vision reflects a future world where the best possible student outcomes are being achieved 5 to 15 years in the future. Okay. So here's some tips here. This is a really warm and fuzzy positive activity to do with advisory council. Pull everybody together, all right, and say, okay, we're going to work on building a vision statement. And first we want to, here's what we're doing. We're envisioning our students the best possible outcome 5 to 15 years in the future. What are some words that describe that, right? Have a whiteboard, dry erase markers, boom, write it out like that. If that's not your jam, then have a Google Doc that you share or some other platform where you can share it digitally or project it on the screen and you're editing and you're typing in real time. But the point is it's collaborative and it's positive and it's bringing everybody in on the ground floor because this vision is going to inspire our mission, right? And our mission, we're going to reach back and look at that. Anything we do, is this part of our mission? Does this fit in our mission, right? Pull out the vision and the mission statements from your school and district. Hand out copies or maybe project it up there and be highlighting, however you want to do it. If you're more digitally inclined or hard paper, hard copies and whatnot. But the point is, let's parse it out. Let's look at that. What are key words that we want to pull from the vision statement from our district that we're going to pull into ours, all right? It's not plagiarizing, it's actually alignment, and it's encouraged, and that's beautiful. And it's going to show that we are a part of the school's environment and creating positive outcomes. We're not set apart from that. We're not doing our own thing. We're all working in the same direction. Combine and edit this to create a vision statement, right? Describing your students in the future. Okay, here's what I want to say about that. That doesn't have to occur in this right after this activity when you're tossing these ideas and you're parsing through the school's vision statement. It can. That's beautiful if it happens organically like that. But don't be afraid to say, okay, we've done all this, and this is the shared document that we have, or I'm going to type all this stuff that we've written on this board, take a picture, and I'll send it out to you or whatever. And then let's have a shared email. Let's have a group email where we can really edit this and add to it and digest it and over a period of time, over a week's time, let's say. Or you have a Google Doc where everybody's adding to it their ideas. That's encouraged. Some people take more time and really want to think through their words in that way, and I think that's encouraged. That's fine. I'm actually a person like that. I like to think about the impact of words and whatnot. So yeah. So that's a little tip there. Don't be afraid to don't think you have to do a vision and even a mission and all that in one setting. This might be spread out over multiple meetings, multiple time, and that's okay. Okay. This is a do's and don'ts graphic from the implementation guide. You can pause it and read it if you'd like. One thing I really want to emphasize is this last bullet. I really love it. It says, write your vision as if you're 5 to 15 years in the future. Use present tense verbs such as demonstrate, contribute, rather than will do this or will become that. Write it as if it's already true. That's faith in action. That's writing it into reality, and that's powerful. And so I like that advice there. Here is a sample vision statement from the ASCA National Model Implementation Guide. You can pause your screen, pause this video and read it, and then we'll talk about it. Okay, so let's say you paused it. Now we're talking about it. So we don't know what the district's vision is or the school's vision. So this is a standalone one. I would love to be able to compare those here, but as a standalone vision statement, here's what pops out at me, okay? 3 domains are very evident. Skills necessary. The students will have skills necessary to attain the highest level of academic success. They're going to have strong character and are responsible and respectful and honest. That speaks to social emotional development. Finally, they're prepared for their careers of choice and are ready to assume their future roles as lifelong learners. So all 3 domains, you can tell they intentionally place that in there. Again, I would love to, compare that to the vision statement of the school. Now, the vision's broad, 5 to 15 years, best possible outcomes. Awesome. Now, mission is like, okay, so now what's a what's a more detailed game plan? It's not so detailed as it's talking about how often we're going to offer group counseling and whatnot like that. But it is saying, hey, this is what we do at our school. All right. And so it's going in the same direction as the vision statement. I like that. It's drawing from it. It's using a lot of the same wording. So again, it tells what the comprehensive school counseling program does. All these I've kind of mentioned, it aligns perfectly. It's not set apart from. I really want to focus on this last bullet though. Explicitly states how your comprehensive school counseling program is equitable to all students. All the materials, Ask materials really emphasize this. The framework emphasizes this. I want to emphasize this. Make sure you're explicitly stating that and you're showing it. That's a conscious element that you're considering. It's important to your program. So, and as a tip for that, look at the third tip from the implementation guide. You might consider starting a sentence in your mission statement with our program addresses equity, access, and success for every student by, and then stating how you do that. That's a wonderful way to ensure that you are addressing equity, how you are going to reach every student where they are with what they need in order for them to be successful. And again, identify key phrases in your school and district vision statements. Put those in your mission. That's really important to show alignment. Okay, so here's a sample mission statement from the implementation guide. Pause your screen. You can read these. Blip. Okay, now we're back. So some things that I hope that you found that were words that were in the school's mission statement that found their way into the school counseling mission statement. They just found their way. They were intentionally placed there. Okay. Most important words up here to me are self-motivation, mutual respect, academic rigor. Okay. Now, in reading down here, the school counseling program at Georgetown Middle School engages all students in a comprehensive school counseling program that promotes equity, access, and success for all. It doesn't say how they're going to do that, but it does show that they're consciously thinking of that. And so that's a great step in that direction there, that they explicitly stated that. Then look at what they say. Students are encouraged to pursue academic rigor, to be inspired academically, to be self-motivated, and respectful members of the community. These key words up here, exact keywords, found their way into the school counseling mission. It shows, hey, we're all moving in the same direction. In fact, we're using the school's mission in our mission. We're all moving in the same direction. I think that's very important, very important. This is a graphic of do's and don'ts from the implementation guide that I just kind of wanted to put here. You can pause your screen and check this out. Better yet, you can get a copy of the implementation guide for yourself and look at this. It's a very practical resource, very practical, easy read, to the point. So I recommend it. Finally, last slide here. Our framework practice 2, element 2.2F. It says school counselors communicate the vision and mission of the school counseling program to all appropriate stakeholders. Hey, look, we brought them along all, throughout this. This program is for the students, and you're doing great work. You're doing wonderful work. It's intentional. It's data-driven, as I mentioned earlier. Let your community know what you're doing and bring them in on it. Bring them in on with you as you're creating it, and along the way to collaborate with them, and then let them know that the positive outcomes that are produced from your comprehensive school counseling program. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much. Please feel free to check out the other videos in this program as well, in this series as well, I should say. Thank you.